in a career. Okay, and claiming your rights. There will be a great difference between a guy with a undergraduate degree and a postgraduate degree and uneducated. Okay, the way they are claiming their rights, because it's awareness. They will come to know about all their rights and the responsibilities. Okay, this is the basic objective of higher education as a individual person. Okay, makes you stronger and more confident, especially in controlling your life towards the successful career and claiming your rights. And also, we have an objective, kind of definition, going out of the box, our own individual. It's nothing but higher education provides people with an opportunity to reflect on the critical social, economic, cultural, moral, and spiritual issues faced by the humanity. Okay, what is the need for higher education? We all know very well about the consequences of the COVID. Okay, first few months or for a few years, we can say we are struggling a lot. We are not able to lead the normal life. Our learning process is disturbed very much. Though we conduct through online, but it's not much effective as the offline classes. And also, we are not able to focus on the teaching learning process effectively. Okay, so when the COVID-19 burst out, what happened? Immediately, the scientists and researchers, they put themselves together to just come out with a vaccination. Okay, first level, within 3 months, they just came with a vaccination level 1, dose 1. Again, the COVID virus got mutated. It became serious. It became very critical. Again, the scientists, okay, they have just invented the second dose to just stop this spread of the COVID. So that is the critical and social, economic, cultural impact of the higher education. Okay, so when you just get qualified, you have the responsibility of analyzing the problem critically, supporting the social and economical, cultural development, morality of the human being, and spirituality also. Okay, spiritual problems faced by the humanity. Okay, this is one objective of higher education. And also, it contributes to national development through dissemination of specialized knowledge and skill. Okay, so what is the use of the skill which you are going to gain from this university for 2 years or 3 years? Okay, there are a lot of expectations from every graduates. For example, we all know very well about our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, I would like to have some interaction. It would be nice actually. I think the PG level student know. Kindly feel free to interact so that we can make the session more interactive. If anyone tells who is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, I would be happy. Any response? Students? No response at all. Hello, are you able to hear me, students? At least for this, now we can respond, no? Students, are you able to hear me? Yes? There are 421 students are around. Yes? Okay, I'm getting some. Thank you so much. Yeah, good. I'm getting the text messages. Thank you so much. Even I would suggest you can just unmute your audio, you can speak so that we can discuss. Because you are no more a graduate, you are a postgraduate. Okay, must be a question to just interact with the people effectively. Okay, so we all know very well about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, a former president. Okay. Basically, he is an engineer. Completed his aeronautical science engineering, B.Tech as well as M.Tech. Then he worked in ISRO. He contributed towards many streams like space research, missile launching, atomic energy, nanomaterial, okay, etc. Even after serving as a president for Tanner, he just came back to the university for teaching, okay, to guide the students. So as a single person, no, just you can understand how the country got benefited from such a person. Okay, great benefits. Okay, we are now just self-sufficient with the atomic energy and defense in the sense because of that single person initiative. Okay, we admire him. We call him as a president of a people's president. It's all because of his knowledge and contribution. Okay, what is the knowledge? Nothing but he has acquired from his through his education, from his childhood as well as higher education. So that is the use of the knowledge. So whatever you gain from your learning, your school or college or university, okay, it has something. It can impact the society to a greater level. Okay, as a single person, no, Kalam, okay, was able to contribute to great level actually in all disciplines. Okay, the same way every graduate, particularly the postgraduate, no, you have the responsibility of, okay, disseminating your knowledge towards the development of the society and the nation. So that is the importance of the higher education. It is not simply people are just going to the college and completing their UG and PG and they just go out. It's not so. Okay, a survey says that only 50 to 55% of the students, they pursue their higher education. That's the PG degree, postgraduate degree. Okay, so you are all unique people. You are all gifted people. You are all called by God with some purpose. Okay, so the point is important. You have to contribute towards the development of the state as well as nation by your knowledge. Okay, how we are going to gain your knowledge, how you are going to sustain yourself, how you are going to become successful in life. Okay, that matters. So that's why this period of 2 years to just mold yourself, to equip yourself, okay, to plan yourself, okay, to achieve the greater level. That's the meaning of higher education. Okay, then importance of higher education, okay, in terms of monetary benefit, job market, and the problem solving ability. Normally, you know very well, in Nagaland, a person with, let's say, the school level, okay, 10 plus 2, what will be salary? Maybe 5,000, isn't it? 5,000 at the maximum, 10,000 can be. After completing your UG degree, you can expect the salary around 10,000, 10 to 15K. If you are a PG graduate, then you can expect salary from 10 to 20,000 range. So the very basic thing. Okay. Nowadays, no. After your degree, if you join in any information technology companies, IT companies, the starting salary will be minimum 25 to 35, 40,000. It's a very, I'm talking about a normal scale. There are some companies like Google, PayPal, and all, Zoho, they are paying, okay, Google and all, they are paying almost 1 lakh as a starting salary. So that is the great benefit, okay, of your degree, higher education. Okay, and other allowances in the sense, you know very well about, maybe if you work in some MNC and all, you will get allowances for all your travel and staying. Okay, even for your food, everything, you'll get allowances for your, okay, housing, travel and all. So, and a lot of benefits also. At every year they will give some allowances for family trip or for your children education, and they will give some allowances. So in that way, lots of benefits are there, and you can lead a comfortable life. That's a very important, okay, the what is it? Very nice point of the monetary benefits. Okay, if you get a good salary, you can lead a comfortable life. If you have very small car, then you can plan for getting a good car, okay, like Audi car, Mercedes Benz kind of thing. Okay, so that is the opportunities available. You know very well about a person called Sundar Pichai. Okay, who is Sundar Pichai? See, if we make the session more interactive, it will be quite interesting. Eh? Who is Sundar Pichai? Any idea? Good. I'm getting a message. Hello? Yeah, good. He is the CEO of Google. Okay. Yeah. The mastermind behind all these developments of Google Map, Android, Gmail, search engine all together. Okay. So what is the salary, monthly salary? Okay, roughly 175 crores. 175 crores per month. Just imagine if we get 175 crores per month, what you will do. So that is the extreme level of monetary benefit. Okay, one of the persons from our own place, an engineer, is able to get 175 crores per month in the sense that's extreme level. So it's possible. Okay, every graduate of this university also has the same opportunity. If you want, if you just decide yourself, if you dedicate yourself, you also can reach such a greater level, okay, in your career. That's a really surprising thing. Okay, Sundar Pichai, he completed his BE degree in India, then he had his master's in US, maybe around the beginning of 2000, year 2000. Then around 2005 range, he joined in Google. Within span of 10 years, he was able to become the CEO of the company. It's unimaginable. Just think how it's possible. Okay, a person joining the organization within 10 years of duration is able to reach the CEO level. At one point of time, the owner of Google had no choice, okay, than Sundar Pichai, telling that, Sundar Pichai, please, you take care of this organization. I will be as a normal coordinator, as a normal director of the organization. Just imagine. So this is possible, okay, only because of his knowledge and dedication. Okay, again, we can have some more attributes. Let's say honesty, sincerity, loyalty, all together it has many things. But the major attributes, we can say knowledge and dedication matters. Okay, where from we can get the knowledge? It is only from our learning process, can be acquired from the learning process for the next 2 years. Okay, so you have to build your knowledge first. The more acquire, okay, the more you can shine well, you can just flourish well in your career. So knowledge is very, very important. If you have the knowledge, then you can be successful, then obviously you will have good monetary benefits. Okay, you can help your people. Let's say, suppose if you get 10,000 salary, may not be sufficient to manage your family. Suppose if you get 50,000 salary, then you can think of, okay, supporting your relatives or neighbors or the society, something like. If you get 1 lakh salary per month, obviously you can be more generous, okay, reaching out the rural area and helping the needy people, kind of things are there. That's called comfortable life. So it's possible. If Sundar Pichai is able to get 175 crores per month, in the sense, graduates of this university all have the same kind of opportunity. It is up to you how you're going to utilize this period, 2 years, and grab the great opportunity of reaching such a greater level. Is it possible? See, that's why I would like to hear from the students. If I get sound from the student, I'll be happy. Students, is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay. Thank you so much for the response. It is very well possible. Very well possible. Okay. I can give in writing. If you think that, okay, as a student of this university, if you think that it's possible to reach any greater level, okay, that's the monetary benefits. Then we have the technical evolution. As the technology developments, okay, evolved, okay, we have the opportunity of contributing towards the development. Okay, when PC was introduced, okay, then Bill Gates, he started designing his own Microsoft operating system, Windows. Okay, now you can understand the proliferation of the Windows, the usage of Windows across the globe. Everywhere, Windows is becomes inevitable part of the people. Okay, invented by that Bill Gates. That's a opportunity. If you just come with some new idea, your knowledge, okay, definitely there will be a demand for it. So that's a job market demand. Then critical thinking ability, nothing but problem solving ability. Okay, as you grow in the education, okay, undergraduation, post-graduation, your ability to solve any problem is getting increased. Be it your personal problem, family problem, social problem, official problem, national problem, anything can be solved by you if you have the good knowledge and okay, the problem solving ability. See, that comes the need for good leaders. Okay, a well-educated person can be a good leader because he knows the way, he has the knowledge, he has the ability to solve the problem. So that is the importance of the higher education. Okay, now next, how to become knowledgeable. Okay, how to become knowledgeable. Students, remember 3 S. Okay, 3 S. You can see sweat, sacrifice, sustained effort. These 3 S will help you to become knowledgeable, gain good knowledge, and leave the campus with the flying colors. What is the sweat? Sweat means you are not expected to do work in the field, okay, working hard and getting sweat and all. It's not so. It's not a kind of sweat actually. It is nothing but sparing your enough time for your preparations. Okay, when you are in schooling in the 10th grade or 12th grade, you would have spent minimum 2 hours, 3 hours of preparation daily basis. But when you come to the college and the university, we think that it is not required. We just take it granted that we take it casually. We don't spare enough time for our preparations. But it is not so. Okay, when you are in the higher education period, you have to sweat, in the sense work hard. Work hard. Okay, work on the sense you have to study a lot. Normally in a semester you will be studying some 5 to 6 courses. Okay, whether this alone is sufficient, it is not so. As a PG student, you have to extend your learning process. Apart from your regular curriculum courses, you have to learn additionally. You have to spare your time, okay, to go to libraries or just browse to gain additional knowledge, equip yourself. Okay, and also let's say nowadays there are opportunity to do some certification courses. You just find out whatever the courses available for you, suitable for your field of area. Okay, you take certification additionally, so that it will be a added value for you. Whenever you go for any interview or any selection process, you'll have additional value, the certification. So that is the meaning of sweating. You have to work hard for learning process, okay, for studying process. So that's a sweat. The next S is nothing but sacrifice. What is a sacrifice? Okay, some of you may have the habit of sleeping till morning 7 o'clock. Okay, some of you have the habit of always using the mobile for social connectivity, isn't it? And some of you may have the habit of going out during the weekends with your girlfriend or boyfriend, isn't it? So you have to sacrifice certain thing. I don't mean that you have to totally keep away from all this. No, you have to restrict your time. Suppose if you plan for every week 2 days outing, the sense, please make it as a 1 day. Okay, you spend 1 day for learning, because the topics that discussed in the classroom, it's only time bound. A faculty teaches the session for 1 hour, in the sense he cannot deliver the entire thing. It's up to you. Get the basic point from the faculty and try to learn additionally on these days. Whenever weekend comes, you spend 1 day for learning. You learn completely. Try to get good knowledge out of the particular course, as well as the allied courses, allied concepts related to the particular topic. So in that way, you have to sacrifice your time, your effort, your hobbies, your interest. At the same time, you have to give space for all these things, but you have to restrict yourself. That is called sacrifice. Okay. The third is called, very, very important point, sustained effort. Sustained effort, the sense, some of you know, maybe in the beginning, okay, very interesting, very enthusiastic, doing a lot of things. After the time goes, no, maybe after 3 months or 4 5 months, okay, they become very lazy. It should not be the case. Okay. You must be consistent in your effort. Okay. We came across, no, actually, normally, the companies, no, whenever they come for the campus recruitment, we used to be there as a panel member. Okay, whenever the panel asks question to the student, no, about some basic fundamental concept, no, invariably many students have given this answer, something telling that, sir, we have learned this concept in the first year. Okay, hence we forgot. Okay, this is not the consistency. This is not the sustained effort. Okay, see, you learned cycling at your age of 10. Even at your age of 25 or 40, you don't forget cycling, isn't it? How it's possible? Because you have learned in that way effectively, so that you cannot forget cycling throughout your life. Even at the age of 80 also, you can ride a cycle without any difficulty. Okay, that is the meaning of consistency and the sustainability. Okay, you have to learn in that way properly. That's why our education system supports us. Like, no, the particular topic is discussed in the classroom. Then after 3 or 4 weeks, you will have some CAT examination. After 1 month, 1 or 2 months, you will have a model examination. Then after 1 month, you will have a final examination. So that way, in a span of 5 to 6 months, you will recollect the same concept 4 or 5 times. If you learn it properly in this manner, then obviously that becomes the knowledge. Okay, it can be there in your mind. Okay, forever. You cannot forget the particular concept. Okay, so that is called sustained effort. So you have to put your effort, okay, consistently. Okay, from the day one, okay, start working. Plan yourself. So this is semester, I have the 6 courses. Okay, so additionally, I need to focus all these aspects. Okay, after next semester, the 3rd semester, 4th semester, when I come to the 4th semester, okay, these are the area I must be very strong. Okay, basically, no, you'll be learning many courses. It is not required to be strong in all the courses. You choose your area of interest. Okay, in any courses, no, let's say there will be some evergreen subjects, be computer science or psychology or social work or journalism. There will be some evergreen courses will be there. Okay, you just focus on the evergreen courses. Out of this, you may be interested in some courses. Okay, that's your area of interest. You decide your area of interest and try to focus in the particular courses in deeper way. Okay, when I say your area of interest, you must be good enough to answer any question related to the fundamental to the advanced one, latest one. So that is called area of interest. So in that way, you have to plan yourself. That is called sustained effort. Okay, so sweat, nothing but hard work. You have to spare enough time for your preparation. At the schooling, I spared 2 hours per day in the sense. At the post PG level, you have to double the hours. You have to work 4 hours per day. Then only you can gain enough knowledge. Okay, the knowledge only will drive you towards the success in your life. So you have to work hard. That's called sweating. Then sacrifice. Okay, you have to sacrifice your hobbies to some extent. Okay, not fully, but in order to build your knowledge potential, you have to sacrifice your hobbies to some extent. That is called sustained effort. You must be consistent in your preparation and your acquiring process throughout the 4 semesters. Okay, see, the enthusiasm what we have today, the same enthusiasm level must be with you at the 4th semester. That is called sustained effort. Okay, if you do this way, you will become knowledgeable. Okay, you'll become knowledgeable. If you are knowledgeable, then obviously you will be employable. Okay, employable. Again, there are lots of avenues are there. We'll see the next slide. Okay, you can get employment in any organization, or if you think that no, okay, I don't want to work under anybody, I want to have my own startup, that is also another good idea. Okay, you can think of become entrepreneur. Okay, in either way, so the university will provide you the opportunity, will guide you. We have the associations, let's say entrepreneurship development cell is there, and various associations are there, let's IIC, ICT, NPTEL. So these things will be avenues for you just to equip yourself how to become an entrepreneur or a better employee. That way you have to plan yourself. Okay, then how we can improve your knowledge? Okay, we have to focus on something like technical skills. As I said in the top, you must be strong in any area, your field of interest. For example, if you say I'm from computer science, MCA or MSc computer science, then you must be strong in any of the programming languages, be it Java, Python, C, C++, whatever you like. Okay, web development tools, or any core subjects. Let's say I'm very good at operating system or networking or database management system. So that way you have to choose the likings, okay, and focus fully, okay, on the particular subject. Improve your technical skills. Okay, get some certifications. That is the technical skills. Okay, then you have to spend yourself, you have to plan yourself. So this semester I'm going to focus on this course, on subject. Then I'm going to get some certification. I'm going to add some value addition for this course. So like this, at every semester, no, after completing these 4 semesters, I'll be good at some 10 courses. Okay, evergreen courses. I'm very strong in the courses. So wherever I go, I can just flourish well in this particular area. So that way you have to decide yourself. That's the technical skills. That's what is required from you. Then other equal skill, nothing but soft skills. Okay, can anyone tell what is a soft skill? Yes. See, my humble request, students, PG students, the session must be more interactive. Okay, if you interact only, you can learn a lot. Okay, if you say it's a soft skill, that must be a hard skill. Then what's a hard skill? What's the soft skill? No response at all. Thank you so much. I doubt whether the students are listening or just they are just taking doing their business or just sleeping and all. That's why I request to be more interactive. Good, very good. See, all the technical skills, what you're going to acquire, that is called a hard skills. Okay, hard skills. There is an equivalent important skill, nothing, but it's a soft skill. That's your interpersonal skills. Okay, interpersonal skills. Okay, how you communicate with your teammates, how you express your views. Okay, how you behave in the team, how you can lead the team, how you can guide the team. Okay, so that is a skill. That's the interpersonal skills. That is very, very important. See, there are students very good at technical, okay, technically very strong, but very poor in the expression, poor in the soft skills, interpersonal skills. Normally, they cannot shine well. There are some students average in the technical skills, very good at soft skills. Okay, they can shine well, they can become successful. Okay, so in this way, your technical skills and the soft skills are both equal, both are very, very important. Okay, as you gain knowledge from the technical expertise, the same way you have to plan for improving your soft skills. Okay, you have to plan yourself. Okay, how to communicate, how to improve the communication. I'm very sure that in the place of Nagaland, people are really good at communication. There is no problem at all with the communications. Okay, very good communication. But other skills, like say the interpersonal skills, how to express your views in your teammates, how to lead a team, how to work in your team effectively. So these things, these are the talents cannot be gained in a day or two. Okay, so you cannot say that. So okay, let us wait for until getting a job offer. Okay, the day before I join to the organization, I will get the soft skill and all. It cannot. Okay, it is the skill you have to acquire. Okay, in a phased manner. From the day one, you have to improve your soft skills. So that's why there will be lots of opportunity, okay, to organize many events. So please, all of you come forward, take the leadership, okay, so that you can interact with your team, you can organize your teammates, you can communicate with your team members, okay. So in that way, you can improve your soft skills throughout these 2 years. Okay, so you can be a complete skilled person technically as well as okay interpersonal skills. That alone will be the good foundation, or you can say 2 pillars of your career. Okay, and additionally one more thing is required, that is called mathematical ability. Mathematical ability in the sense is called quantitative aptitude, because you go for any competitive exam or any campus recruitments. So these quantitative aptitude are the basic preliminary part. Okay, some people may find it a little difficult, but it's quite simple. Okay, by practice, you can gain this ability to solve the mathematical problems. Okay, you can spare your time sometimes whenever you get the opportunity. You can get things the quantitative aptitude. Particularly when you're trying for any competitive exams. Okay, you may require to go for any special coaching for this quantitative aptitude, maybe for a few months, 3 to 6 months. You can get the the talent of solving the mathematical problems. So these things are essential. Okay, so you plan for improving these skills in this duration, 2 years, so that you'll be knowledgeable and employable while you leave the campus. Either you become employee or you just become the job creator. Okay, both are possible. So that is the thing. Okay, so you have to remember 3 things: sweat, sacrifice, okay, sustained effort. Okay, now we come to the job opportunities available. Okay, so we have spent the 2 years effectively, gained good knowledge. Okay, where I can be placed, what are the avenues I can just try. Okay, it has a plenty of opportunity available in the government as well as the private sectors. Okay, let's say right now the IT field has the huge opportunity. Okay, so India becomes one of the main stakeholder of IT, producing the softwares to the entire world actually. So plenty of companies are keep on coming, keep on extending their recruitment process. So there is a good opportunity to become an employee in software company or IT company. Okay, when you say IT, it's a MNC environment. Starting from the pay, benefits, allowances are really good actually. Okay, you can enjoy the life if you get opportunity to work in a software company. As I said in the beginning, any company, okay, you can get 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 as a first month salary. It's possible. And also, it is not like any other organization where you join as a junior assistant, then you get promoted as a clerk after 10 years, then you become the senior clerk after 20 years, then become the superintendent after 50 years, then you get retirement. It's not so. IT field, it's purely based on your talent. If you are really talented, okay, within 6 months, you can double your salary. Okay, within a year, you can have a multiple of your salary. Okay, so that way it's possible. That's a IT, okay, IT field. I can say it's a glamorous field. There's a good opportunities available. You can enjoy the life. Okay, and also IT companies are MNC era, no? So you will have opportunity to visit many countries. Okay, that's a good opportunity for professionals from computer science as well as any science discipline. You can choose this opportunity. Then healthcare. Okay, nowadays in India, only few places are heavily crowded. One is temple, churches, and mosque. Other one nothing but the hospitals, because that's a demand. There is a much demand for the healthcare professionals. So as a science graduate, okay, as a commerce graduate, as a management graduate, you all have the opportunity of getting to the healthcare division. Okay, then banking, insurance, and finance. This is another very predominant area of providing the opportunity. Okay, banking. We have, let's say, good number of nationalized bank and a very good number of private banks. Okay, international banks, ICICI, Citibank, HDFC, etc. Okay, so as a graduate from commerce, economics, science also, okay, you have the better opportunity to just choose this area, okay, these fields. Then railway, oil and gas, okay, these are the big corporations of India. Okay, railway, no, they recruit people starting from their own basic level office assistant till the let's say the vice president of the organization. No, they recruit in lakhs every year. Railway recruiting some lakhs of people for their organization. Okay, it's a good opportunity actually. It's a government job, central government job. Once you get the job, your life is settled. Okay, in railway, no, again you will get a free pass for you and your family. You can travel throughout India anywhere. Okay, so that's a good opportunity available. Then we have oil and gas companies. Then BEL, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. Okay, and lignite corporations, like that. Many organizations are there. Okay, after your degree, if you just attend the examination, you get the opportunity to just to serve the sense. Your life will be settled. You will have a comfortable life, good salary, and good promotions, good allowances, good opportunities you can enjoy. Then other one is called space, atomic energy. Suppose the science students know, you have the opportunity to just serve as a scientist or researcher in these space research organizations. Okay, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, and etc. Something like atomic energy also are there. Okay, the science students will have the opportunity. Then another important area, nothing but it's armed forces, Central Reserve Police Force, then defense organization like Defense Research and Development Organization, then Heavy Vehicles Factory, Ordnance Clothing Factory, like that. There are many organizations available. Okay, suppose some students will have the interest to serve the country. Okay, this is a good opportunity. You join in Army, Naval, Air Force, serve as a soldier. Okay, after your degree, you'll be not as a soldier. You can join as an officer. Okay, you can join as a, let's say, the basic level, second lieutenant level. Then you can become lieutenant, then major, then captain. Okay, colonel, like that. You can just travel. You can just travel in the career. You can reach great level. It's another opportunity to serve our country to great level actually. Okay, it's a golden opportunity to serve the country, and safeguard our country, people and all. So you can think of this one. Okay, so for this and all, for every category, there will be exams conducted regularly after your degree. Even you see, if you have UG itself, you are eligible to attend these examinations. But if you have PG, then it will be very good for you actually. You can easily clear the examination. Okay, so think of these defense organizations. Then if you are a student from journalism, mass media, and economics, social work, rural development, commerce, again, there is another good avenue for you. That's nothing but media, journalism, advertisement, and tourism. Okay, state like Nagaland, no, it has a great opportunity for this category. Okay, you can become a tourist operator, or you can have your channel, journalism. You can work in the media. So these are the good opportunity available. You can become a cinematographer. Okay, the next nothing but manufacturing, garments, sales, and marketing. Okay, so it has a plenty of private sectors available. Okay, if you are good at sales, marketing, management, okay, you have the opportunity. Then construction, you can see almost everywhere the construction is happening without any break. Okay, So if you are interested in engineering, science, technology, civil engineering, you can choose this as your area. Then education. It is a evergreen field actually. If you're good, if you want to become a teacher, okay. Just sorry for interruption. Sorry for the interruption. Okay. Some of you may be interested in teaching in schools, teaching in colleges or universities. You can think of getting to this area. Okay, maybe after finishing your PG, you can go for acquiring your B.Ed, M.Ed or M.Phil, PhD, so that you can become a teacher or professor. Okay, this is another noble profession where you can move with the youngsters, you can guide the youngsters. Okay, you can motivate the youngsters, you can create many successful persons in your field. Okay, so that's the next one, education. Finally, politics. Okay, normally, educated people may not be interested to get into politics, but it's not so. Okay, the development of the nation, it's in the hands of the politicians. Okay, if your educated person become a politician, then you are the great leader. You can lead the organization, lead the nation, lead the state to a great level without any corruption, without any bias, isn't it? So, as educated people, you must come forward to get into the politics in order to develop the state and the nation. So these are the possible avenues we have after your degree, okay, as well as post-graduation. Then some famous exams we have, like UP Union Public Service Commission for all the civil service examination and as well as all the government organization examinations. Okay, let's say civil services. Okay, this is one of the premier or let's say top level examinations to become a IAS officer, IPS officer, IFS officer. Okay, so what is IAS officer? You'll become the let's say district commissioner. What is the role of district commissioner? Okay, he is the CEO of the particular district. Okay, and thousands of villages will be there. It is the responsibility of the DC to take care of all the villages. It's a great opportunity to serve the society. Okay, if you want, if you become a IAS officer, IPS officer, or IFS officer. Then we have Railway Recruitment Board, the National Defense Academy, banking exams. So these are the basic exam, competitive exams available. In Nagaland, we have a Nagaland Public Selection Commission examinations, isn't it? Okay, in terms of education. Power, Electricity Board, Agricultural, Postal Department, Cooperative Department, Sports, Youth and Development. Okay, in all these departments or disciplines, you have the ever-growing opportunity. Okay, if you are a postgraduate, really it's a good opportunity for you. Okay, you write any exam, you will surely get through the examination because you are the fresh out, isn't it? With all the concept knowledge, then easily you can just crack any competitive exams. Okay, so please think, okay, which now onwards. Okay, so let's spend these 2 years. Okay, gradually you can start preparing for these examinations. Suppose if you are aiming for civil services, it requires a lot of preparations. Okay, so spend these 2 years additionally for preparing the examination so that once you finish your degree, you will be in a better position to take up any examination and you can become successful in your career. Then I have some witness. Okay, she is Sikka Surendran from Kerala. She hailed from a very poor family. Okay, and during her 6th standard, her father inspired him to become the IAS officer. Okay, it just stressed that that was the only way out of poverty. Okay, then she prepared. Then again, one point of time when she was in Delhi for the preparation, but she couldn't manage the lifestyle. She got struggled a lot, but still no. Okay, due to this sustained effort, in civil service examination 2017, she scored all India rank 16th level. Just imagine, a normal girl from a rural area is able to compete with thousands of students across India and attained 16th rank. Okay, so this is possible. Okay, and another scenario, where is the Sweta Agarwal, daughter of the grocer in West Bengal. She wrote examination in 2015 and scored 19th rank. Okay, now they are serving as IAS officers. Another interesting story from Sivaguru Prabhakaran. Is from very poor family from Tamil Nadu. At one point of time, he was not able to pursue his higher education due to the financial problem. Then he worked as a sawmill operator in agricultural field. Then after getting some money, he got admitted in an institution for higher education, that M.Tech in IIT Madras. In city, he couldn't afford to stay in the hostel because that minimum charge also they are not able to afford. Hence, he used to stay in the railway platforms. Okay, railway platform in the sense he has chosen one platform where the crowd is a little less. Okay, so throughout the day, he used to be there in the platform, sitting and studying, and he used to sleep in the same platform in the night, and he used the common restrooms and all, and used to go to his college. Okay, on knowing this difficulty, his friends started to support him. Okay, by helping him, and anyhow, he managed his studies. Finally, he worked hard. He got selected in 2017. Okay, as IAS officer. He is now serving as a district commissioner. Okay, see, these are the simple cases which reveals that poverty is not a barrier for becoming a successful person. Okay, or our family background should not be the barrier. If we have an objective, if you work hard, okay, definitely you can reach the success. Okay, see, these people they become deputy commissioner now, and they will serve in their districts. Okay, and after some time they will become a secretary at the state level, and after some time they will go to the national level. So that way, it's great opportunity to serve the society and the country, isn't it? So please think of such opportunity. Then I have a slide with all the top Indians, okay, our own people rocking in the MNC arena. Starting from Sundar Pichai at the left side. Then we have Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai from Tamil Nadu, Satya Nadella from Andhra Pradesh, Indra Nui, okay, I think from Kerala, Francis D'Souza from North India. Okay, almost all of the persons are from North India. Shantanu Narayan from from Hyderabad. See, you take any MNC, you can find an Indian in the high position and rocking. Okay, so that is the ability, that is the potential of our Indians. Okay, so you also, as a graduate of this university, also have the similar opportunity. Okay, you can replace Sundar Pichai, or you can replace Shantanu at the ScanDisk, and Satya Nadella from Microsoft. It's possible. It requires only hard work, dedication, sincerity, and honesty. Okay, I'm very sure that if you think it's possible, you can replace any one of these persons in your career. Okay. And also some great entrepreneurs in India, starting from Mittal, Ambani, Tata, Narayana Murthy. Okay. If you just go through the life history of these persons, okay, these Indian entrepreneur as well as the MNC, really you will get great inspiration. Okay. See, you take Ambani. Now you don't need to just say about this establishment in India, but he worked in a petrol pump as a attender boy, fueling the vehicles. Okay, he used to wonder about the cars, various cars, bikes and coming. No, then he thought that one day I'll be a owner of a car. Okay, like this. Okay, he made it. Now, no need to tell about his property values, isn't it? So you take about Narayana Murthy, Infosys, is one of the Indian organization, Infosys, leading in the MNC, in the worldwide, in software production. They started the organization with his wife, with only one computer in a single room. Okay, so today, millions of employees across the globe are working in Infosys. Okay, so that is the opportunity, that is the growth, that is the effort actually. Okay, you take Tata, okay, the great person, even after reaching such a great level also is quite humble. Okay, very simple also. Okay, you can very casually can see him in the organization, meetings the people, talking with the attender and guiding his people that way. Okay, see, same kind of opportunity is available for every one of you also. It all requires, okay, you just plan for your career, have some great objectives, have some role model. Okay, see, take any one of these persons as role model. Okay, we have Dr. Kalam. So just get inspired from their thoughts and start working. So this is a period for you. Okay, these 2 years, okay, it's going to be a very, very important phase of your life. Okay, you know very well about the cricket match, no, 2020 match. Okay, normally, no, the last 5 overs are very crucial. If the players play well in the last 5 overs, no, obviously they can win the match. The same way, you are in the crucial area, crucial period, 2 years of your post-graduation. If you really work hard, you can change the history of your life. Okay, you can become the history, okay, to the nation. Okay, so please have a look on this, and when the time permits, no, please go through the life history of these people. Really, it will be inspiring you. Okay, and you can become an entrepreneur. You can have your own startup. Particularly in Nagaland, no, the state government and the central government has lots of schemes available for own startup. Please utilize this opportunity, and you can start your own business. Okay, and I have one example. That's a Terabyte. Okay, a student called Madhav, okay, of 9th grade. During this lockdown period, he got bored actually. Then he started to think to design the CPU. CPU, no, the computer monitor, no, near monitor there will be a box. That is called CPU box, CPU processing, central processing unit box. He started to just redesign the process. Okay, after putting some few months of effort, no, he was able to succeed. He just invented a small palm-sized CPU. Okay, functioning at the same level of a normal computer CPU. Okay, then he got registered and he started one company. He started manufacturing. He named the company as a Terabyte. Now, at this level of 9th grade, he became the entrepreneur. Okay, started to sell his own CPU, no, the palm-sized CPU through online now. There's a good demand in the market right now. So there is another Bill Gates in India has come up. So like this, you have the opportunity. Okay, think it over to become your own owning a business. Okay. Okay. So we have come to the end of this session. Knowledge, the light of your life. If you walk in the light, the world will follow you. If you walk in the light, the world will follow you. If you are in the dark, even your shadow will not follow you. Okay. If you are in the dark, even your shadow will not follow you. Hence, the knowledge you're going to gain throughout these studies, these 2 years, is going to be your light of your life. Okay. And you know about Mr. Usain Bolt, a sprinter, isn't it? Normally, you won lots of applauds in the 100 meter, 200 meter, 500 meter, something like. Okay, when you say 100 meter, he just completes within 9 seconds, 9.5 seconds. He just completes the race, the sprint. But he has taken 20 years of effort. Okay, 20 years of effort to just get this achievement, an Olympic medal within 9.5 seconds. Now you can understand the importance of preparation, importance of getting ready. Okay, sweat, sacrifice, and sustain, isn't it? So please put your best effort, take this as a good opportunity, and we are here, the management, faculties, okay, and the infrastructure, all here to support you, okay, to become, you can contribute towards the development of the state Nagaland as well as the nation to a great level. Okay, I wish you all success. Thank you so much.